Did you know there is an epidemic of massive proportions going on in our society today? And I bet you may be part of it and don't even know it. What is it? It's called bruxism or teeth grinding. Today, we're going to talk about what is bruxism, how can it be damaging, and what can you do in less than 5 minutes a day to stop it in your life. Stay tuned for that. Oh, by the way, don't forget, subscribe down below. It's free. Get the notification so that each week you can see these videos, and we look forward to you on the other side. Welcome back to the Muscle Repair Shop. So let's get into this massive epidemic of teeth grinding or bruxism. And let's start out with actually what is it? Well, it's what it is actually grinding the teeth. You're just sort of grinding the teeth back and forth across there. And for some of you, you may do it during the daytime while you're thinking about things or worried about things. But for most of you, it usually happens more at night when you have dreams or thoughts are running through your head as you're trying to sleep. And there's many different reasons for that happening. And so what happens is that stress and anxiety can cause that to happen. In fact, it kind of goes hand in hand with sleep disorders as well, because you're trying to go to sleep at night, but you can't quiet your mind. And by not being able to quiet your mind, you get into the habit of grinding your teeth, but that also affects your ability to sleep. Anxiety, worried about things that are happening in your life, again, will play a role with that. But then sleep disorders like sleep apnea can cause the same problem, especially when you have bite guards in your mouth as well. That too can create that grinding sensation because it's an irritant in the mouth too. Lifestyle factors. Are you drinking caffeine late in the day and even into the night, or alcohol, or smoking? Some medications, again, will cause that to happen too. And so what happens is that whole mind-body thing is going on. And while most people will talk about the autonomic nervous system, and some people will talk about genetics and so forth, the real crux of the matter for you is really stopping the thoughts that are running through your head, being more aware if that's what you're doing. So some of the things that can happen when you're grinding your teeth is you can create tooth damage, you can crack your teeth, you can cause a loss of teeth, you can break the enamel on your teeth. On top of that, you can also get jaw disorders like TMJ disorders, where you'll see like the TMJ joint, which is the temporal mandibular joint, is right up here into the jaw, and there's muscles on the inside and on the outside of this joint, and you can create stress there as well. Other things, you can get headaches. Now, you'll get headaches typically from teeth grinding on the sides of your head up here. You know, sometimes you get your hair washed and you have someone massaging your head as they're washing your hair, and you know how good that feels right there. Well, chances are, if you're not aware if you grind your teeth or not, if this really feels good as someone's massaging the side of your head, I'd be willing to bet you're probably grinding your teeth at night or sometimes during the day. Now, teeth grinding also can set off earaches, because again, you're talking about the nerves here, the muscles here in the mouth and up here into the jaw, the joint of the jaw here, but that's going to press on nerves going into the eardrum itself, which can lead to things like earaches. And of course, as I talked about earlier, sleep disruptions. And so all of these things can create more and more problems with teeth grinding, because the more sleep disruptions you have, the more anxiety that you have, the more pain that you feel, the more likely you are to grind your teeth. So let's talk about a simple thing you can do. I would do it every morning, and I would do it every evening at a minimal, and especially in the evening, because these muscles, if you can get them to relax and get your body to relax before you go to sleep, the chances of you grinding your teeth will be very slim. So let's dig into that with my stretch and release technique for the face for that. And I know that most time with stretch and release, we have a stretching component and then there's a self-massage component. But in this particular case, we're going to talk mostly on the self-massage. And so what we're going to do here is focus on a muscle here called a masseter. It's right up on next from the cheekbone right down to the jaw. And it's probably about 1 inch or so wide. And the striations run north and south. Simple thing you can do is take your thumb right under, you'll feel the cheekbone here, go right underneath the cheekbone, and you're gonna, because the striations are running this way, you're gonna gently push across here. Now don't push so hard that you bruise your cheek, because everybody gets into, I wanna manhandle this thing. Don't do that. I don't want to see people walking around with bruises on their cheeks here, but you just want to come across as you just start to feel it, and you're going to just take and just bring the thumb right across there, and you start to feel it, but then you're going to make little pathways all the way down the cheek, just like that, okay? And you're going to do this like 3 times as you come down, all right? If this is really sore when you do that, where you can barely touch it or it feels really hard, I would also say that not only just do it with your mouth closed, but open your mouth and do 3 more of these with the mouth open as well. Once you're done with that, what you want to do is you want to flush it. So you're going to start at the cheekbone itself and just gently come down, flushing all the way down to the jawbone here. So you see this muscle attaches on the jawbone in here and attaches on the cheekbone. This can be very tender. So when you get down here working, this can be really tender. And the same thing when you come this way can be very tender as well. If you have a tendency to do this during the day, if you are in a high stress type of a situation at your job or family or whatever, you could do this as many times as you want during the day. Again, this is not about manhandling. Now, let me put in a little secret caveat here, is as you are pushing this across the cheekbone, breathe out. So it's like you inhale, as you work all the way down your cheek. Same thing when you come this way, as you come down. That's a simple thing you can do just on the cheekbone itself to get that to soften. Your cheeks should be very soft, and it should be, no matter how hard you push, there should be no pain there at all. The second part of it, like I said earlier, is up on the side of the head. You have a temporalis muscle here that it comes down and connects into the jaw as well. Watch anyone with a short haircut, when they're chewing, you'll see that move right into here as they're chewing. Well, that's part of that temporalis muscle coming down into the jaw here. Take your fingers here and just use the tips of them, see right above your ear here, okay? And you're just going to make little circular motions with your fingers and work all over the side of your head here like that. And for some of you, when you first do this, it's going to hurt. Don't dig deep. Back off. Just get just enough where you can feel it. Maintain that pressure as you're breathing out. Put those fingertips in circular motions here, working all the way around. Come down right above the ear, come down behind the ear, right up into here, and you'll get that to relax and let go. Once you start to soften these muscles here, you'll find that your body will start to relax. When you lay down in bed at night, I would go through a breathing exercise routine where you're just laying there, breathe, but feel the chest and the belly rise. Hold it. So it's like, I would do that 8 to 10 times. And when you do that, that's going to help to relax you before you go to bed. Third part of this, prepare your room for sleep. Now, too many times people have lights on, from their alarm clocks to their night lights. They'll have a TV on in bed, and all these things are running, and you're trying to go to sleep with that. And that's impossible. Your brain is just going to, even subconsciously or unconsciously, is going to keep being riveted by all that light and all that noise. I would turn the TV off, and this is how I have in my bedroom. In my bedroom, I have no TV, period. We have blackout curtains where we can block lights from the outside, and on the inside, we don't have alarm clocks with lights on them. We don't have night lights that will shine in our faces even at night. We try to keep our room as dark as we can get it. We'll run our temperatures in the evening down to about 73. Some people will go down as low as 70, but you want it to be cool so you can sleep at your best there. And then if you're going to watch TV before going to bed, don't watch something that's high stress, violent kind of a thing. Watch something that starts to ease you into the sleep process. Now in our house, we have lights that's under the cabinets down next to the floor. So we have very dim light, at least an hour before we go to sleep, sometimes an hour and a half, 2 hours. before we go to sleep tonight. So what happens is you're preparing yourself for sleep by A, keeping the lights low, B, you're not watching high stress TV, and then when you get into bed, now the room is totally dark, it's really cool, there's not any noise going on that can distract your brain. Do your breathing exercises, do your massage on your cheeks here, and see if you can't get a better night's sleep by doing it. Most importantly, if we can get the teeth grinding to stop, we can allow that to happen. Now, I did this work working with an oral surgeon many years ago on his patients, and because they were biting through their bite guards. And one of the things that we found by doing this was that we stopped them from biting through their bite guards and got them to stop grinding their teeth. It's a very simple thing. It's not very hard. Anybody can do it anytime. And again, if you liked what you've seen here, please subscribe down below. It's free. Ring the bell so you can get more notifications. And as always, leave me comments. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm always willing to help here. And for now, see ya. I hope you enjoyed this last video. Be sure to click on the video here to my left and enjoy.